The Xenobiological Research Station orbited Kepler 442b like a steel monument to humanity's insatiable curiosity. Inside Laboratory 7, Dr. Anna Chen stood before the reinforced observation window, her reflection ghostly against the thick polycarbonate barrier. Beyond the glass, in a sterile containment cell bathed in soft blue light, crouched what the Galactic Council had designated as Specimen X7, a creature they claimed was nothing more than a mindless predator. Anna disagreed. "You're wasting your time," came a voice from behind her. Lewis Park, her research partner and the station's leading exolinguist, approached with 2 cups of coffee. His dark eyes reflected the same exhaustion Anna felt, 72 hours into their unauthorized study with minimal sleep. "The Council's report is pretty definitive. No cognitive capacity beyond basic survival instincts. Aggressive. Feral. They want it terminated by week's end." Anna accepted the coffee without breaking her gaze from the creature. It was roughly humanoid, standing perhaps 7 feet tall when upright, though it currently hunched on all fours. Its skin shifted colors like oil on water, iridescent blues melting into deep purples and occasional flashes of crimson. 4 eyes, arranged in a diamond pattern on its elongated skull, tracked her movement with unnerving precision. "The Council's wrong," Anna said quietly. "Look at the pattern." Lewis moved closer to the window. Over the past 3 days, Anna had been leaving objects in the creature's cell, colored blocks, simple puzzles, geometric shapes. The creature hadn't destroyed them. Instead, it had arranged them. The blocks formed a perfect gradient from light to dark. The geometric shapes were organized by number of sides. The puzzle pieces, though not assembled, were sorted by edge type. "Pattern recognition doesn't equal intelligence," Lewis countered, but his voice lacked conviction. "Plenty of Earth animals sort objects. Crows, octopi. Crows and octopi don't do this." Anna pulled up a holographic display showing thermal imaging from the previous night. The creature, alone in its cell, had spent 6 hours rearranging the objects, but it wasn't random trial and error. The footage showed deliberate, methodical movements, testing configurations, rejecting them, trying new approaches. There was something almost mathematical about its process. Lewis fell silent watching the replay. Finally, he asked, "What do you want to do?" Anna turned to face him. "I want to teach it chess." "You're insane." "Maybe, but if I'm right, if this creature has genuine cognitive capacity, we can't let the Council kill it. And we need proof they'll accept. Something undeniable." Lewis ran a hand through his disheveled hair. "Chess is a terrible metric. It's culturally specific, relies on abstract thinking, strategy, memory." "Exactly. If it can learn chess, it proves higher-order cognition. The Council can't dispute that." "And if you're wrong, if it just destroys the board and tries to rip your arm off through the containment field?" Anna smiled grimly. "Then you get to say, 'I told you so' at my funeral." The chess set Anna fabricated was crude but functional, pieces printed from the station's synthesizer in high-contrast black and white. She'd reinforced them with a polymer coating that could theoretically withstand the creature's strength, though she hoped it wouldn't come to that. When she entered the containment anteroom, Lewis's voice crackled through her earpiece. "Vital signs elevated but stable. It's watching you. God, those eyes are unnerving." Anna approached the interior door slowly, the chess set held before her like an offering. Through the transparent barrier, the creature had risen to its full height, skin rippling with bands of amber and deep violet. Colors Anna's research suggested indicated curiosity rather than aggression. The door hissed open. The creature didn't charge. It didn't retreat. It simply watched as Anna walked to the center of the cell and knelt, placing the chessboard on the floor between them. She arranged the pieces carefully, white on her side, black facing the creature. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then, with surprising delicacy, the creature lowered itself to the floor, folding its limbs in a manner that seemed almost reverent. One long, three-fingered hand extended toward the board, hovering over the pieces without touching them. "Good," Anna whispered. "Yes, you can touch them, it's okay." The creature's fingers, tipped with retractable claws that it kept carefully sheathed, brushed against a black pawn. It lifted the piece, examined it from multiple angles with all four eyes, then placed it back exactly where it had been. It repeated this process with each piece, learning them, cataloging them. Anna felt her heart hammering. "Louis, are you seeing this?" Recording everything. "Anna, its brain activity is off the charts. Whatever it's doing, it's processing at an incredible rate." She began the lesson simply, moving a white pawn forward 2 spaces. "This is how this piece moves. See." The creature's eyes fixed on the moved pawn. After a moment, it reached for one of its own pawns and moved it forward, not 2 spaces, but 1. Anna felt a surge of excitement. It was already experimenting, testing variations. Over the next hour, Anna demonstrated each piece's movement. The creature absorbed everything with laser focus. When she moved her knight in its characteristic L shape, the creature made a sound, a harmonic trill that resonated in Anna's chest. It immediately moved its own knight, mimicking the pattern exactly. "It's learning," Louis breathed through the earpiece. "Holy hell, Anna, it's actually learning." By the end of day 1, the creature understood how each piece moved. Anna left the board in the cell, pieces arranged for a fresh game, and retreated to the observation room where Louis waited with detailed scans and readouts. Synaptic activity during the lesson was comparable to human levels during complex problem-solving, he reported. His earlier skepticism evaporated. "Maybe higher. And look at this." He highlighted a section of the brain scan. "This region lit up consistently when you moved pieces. I think it's processing spatial relationships and forward planning." Anna studied the data, exhaustion momentarily forgotten. "Tomorrow, we play a real game." Day 2 began with Anna finding the chessboard rearranged. The creature had moved several pieces, not randomly, but in what appeared to be an attempt at recreating one of Anna's demonstration games. Most of the moves were legal, following the rules it had learned. When Anna entered the cell, the creature was waiting, its skin a pale blue that Anna had started to interpret as anticipation. She reset the board and gestured for the creature to make the first move. It pushed a pawn forward. Anna responded. The creature countered. The game was hesitant, exploratory, with long pauses as the creature processed its options. But it was undeniably playing. It protected its king. It developed its pieces. After 30 minutes, it even attempted a basic fork with its knight, threatening both Anna's rook and bishop simultaneously. Anna sacrificed the bishop, and felt absurdly proud when the creature's skin flashed bright yellow, an expression of what she interpreted as satisfaction. The game lasted 2 hours. Anna won, but the creature had forced her to think, to adapt. This wasn't pre-programmed behavior. This was learning, strategy, intelligence. "The council needs to see this," Louis said when Anna emerged. "This changes everything." "Not yet," Anna replied. "They'll just claim it's mimicry, sophisticated but meaningless. We need it to do something unexpected, creative, something that proves autonomous thought." "What did you have in mind?" Anna smiled. "We play again, and this time I don't go easy." Day 3, the final day before the council's termination order would be executed. Anna entered the cell to find the creature had set up the board itself, pieces arranged perfectly for a new game. But there was something else. The colored blocks from Anna's earlier tests had been arranged in a new pattern beside the board. They formed 2 groups, one resembling the chess pieces starting formation, the other showing an endgame position with several pieces removed. "It's been studying," Louis said, voice awed. "It's been working through scenarios." The game that followed was unlike anything Anna had expected. The creature played with aggression and cunning, sacrificing pieces for positional advantage, setting traps 3 and 4 moves ahead. Anna found herself genuinely challenged, forced to use every bit of her tournament experience from university. 45 minutes in, the creature did something extraordinary. It sacrificed its queen. Anna stared at the board, mind racing. The sacrifice seemed insane, giving up the most powerful piece for a mere knight. But as she traced through the implications, she saw it. 7 moves ahead, if she took the queen, the creature would achieve checkmate with its remaining pieces. If she didn't take it, she'd lose control of the center board entirely. It was brilliant, creative, original. She took the queen, then worked desperately to find a defense. The creature pressed its advantage relentlessly, skin cycling through rapid patterns of color that might have been the equivalent of concentration or excitement. 5 moves later, Anna's king was surrounded. Checkmate. The creature leaned back and its skin erupted in a cascade of colors. Gold, silver, brilliant white, patterns swirling and dancing across its form. If Anna had to guess, she'd say it looked happy. She extended her hand across the board. Good game. The creature regarded her hand for a long moment, then slowly reached out and placed its palm against hers. Its skin was warm, surprisingly soft, and where they touched, faint bioluminescent patterns rippled outward like ripples on a pond. Lewis's voice cracked with emotion. Anna, you need to come see this, right now. In the observation room, Lewis had isolated a segment of the brain scans from the final game. Look at this pattern, then look at this. He pulled up a comparative scan, human neural activity during chess play. The patterns were nearly identical. It's not just mimicking, Lewis said. It's thinking, planning, creating strategies. This is genuine intelligence, Anna, possibly on par with human cognition, maybe beyond it in some ways. Anna felt tears stinging her eyes. Get me a direct channel to the council, priority 1. 6 hours later, Anna and Lewis stood in the station's communications center, facing holographic representations of the Galactic Council's Xenobiology Committee. 5 species, each with their own ideas about intelligence, consciousness, and what qualified as sapient. Dr. Chen, began the Virilian representative, its crystalline form refracting light into rainbow patterns. Your report is unusual. You claim to have taught this predatory specimen a human strategy game in 3 days. Not claimed, proved. Anna triggered the playback. The council watched in silence as 3 days of footage condensed into 20 minutes. They saw the creature learning, adapting, creating. They saw the final game, the brilliant queen sacrifice, the victory. When it ended, the chamber was quiet. The human council member, Ambassador Williams, spoke first. The queen sacrifice, that's not something you taught it. No, Anna confirmed. That was entirely its own strategy, original, creative problem-solving. The Korathi representative, a being of flowing energy contained in a force field suit, pulsed thoughtfully. The creature demonstrated clear understanding of abstract concepts, forward planning, and creative thinking. By our own criteria, this constitutes sapient intelligence. Agreed, added the Virilian. Dr. Chen, you have not only saved this creature from termination, you've potentially discovered a new sapient species. The political and ethical implications are substantial. Anna nodded, relief flooding through her. What happens now? Ambassador Williams smiled. Now, you learn to communicate with it properly, and you teach it more than just chess. If this species has been wrongly categorized as non-sapient, we need to know how many more of them exist, where they come from, what happened to them. In the background, through the lab monitors, Anna could see the creature in its cell. It had reset the chessboard and appeared to be working through a new game scenario, playing both sides against itself. Lewis nudged her shoulder. You did it, the impossible. Anna shook her head. We just proved what should have been obvious from the start. Intelligence takes many forms. We almost destroyed something beautiful because we didn't recognize it. She thought of the creature's hand against hers, warm and alive, the bioluminescent ripples spreading between them. A connection made across species, across the vast gulf of evolution and experience. Through the window, the creature looked up, its four eyes meeting hers across the distance. Its skin shifted to a soft, gentle blue. Anna raised her hand in a small wave. After a moment, the creature raised its own hand in response. In 3 days, a mindless feral creature had learned chess. In 3 days, humanity had learned something far more important: that intelligence doesn't require familiarity, that consciousness can bloom in forms we never expected, and that sometimes the most profound discoveries come not from studying the stars, but from truly seeing what's right in front of us. The game, Anna realized, had only just begun.